Hey, what is up everyone? Clownwood here again. And today, we did such a good job on the Fjordur base map locations video. Thank you all so much for the support. That was by far the best video that I've had, despite me forgetting some coordinates now and then inside the video. And I just wanted to say again, thank you for that. It really does help. And over 2,000 views, lots of likes, a few extra subscribers here and there. Hey, can't ask for much more than that, especially for a small channel like me. But today, since we did so good on that one, we're going to be doing another base locations video here on the Lost Island DLC. Now, I just want to say that some of these base locations are, you've probably seen them at least a couple times, because they are kind of popular locations. But without further ado, let's go ahead and just hop right on in here. And don't worry, we're going to have all those coordinates for you this time. Alright, so starting out number one, this is probably one of my favorite locations just because I love the fact that it's got all this just organic polymer from these little guys running around. Easy access to water. It does have the downside of being in the cold. As you can see there at the top left corner, right now we are at 3052, right there on the map, as you can see that little blue dot. And when you go around here, yes, it has water, and if you've ever been in here before, you'll notice that there are wolves in here that you'll have to clear out first. But after you do that, it makes a really nice kind of hidden base location area. I really like it. It's usually not Rex's here though, that's different. Must have fallen in. There is some deposits of crystal, obviously one here, and as well as there is one, if I can get through the cave here, and there is another one back here where these wolves are at, over on this side. Now, obviously, plus sides, crystal, water, relatively hidden for the most part, and obviously its big downside is that it is in the cold, so probably not the best idea for someone just starting out who doesn't have fur or doesn't have really high fortitude if you're one of those players. But outside of that, it does have two entrances, so probably not the best idea for a PvP base. But for PvE, beautiful. And look at all the icicles just hanging down, all that good stuff. Definitely one of my favorite spots because of both the aesthetics and because I've got all this organic polymer just running around out here. There's usually more of them, but it looks like the mana and this little Yudi is fixing that problem. As you can see them torturing the poor little penguins. But anyway, let's go ahead and move on to the next location. All right. So as you can see right here, we're at a nice little pond area. Nothing fancy about it. Nothing crazy. Now, this is one of my more favorite locations, not so much because of any resources or any of that, but because it has a very nice base area. Now, you could build out here. You could. It's relatively peaceful. Clear out some trees, maybe put it up there. Maybe want to build in the water. Maybe right on the beach, connect the two. Hey, it's up to you, man. But another idea, you see here we're at 6853. If you're looking right where I'm going to be looking, see that little crack and crevice in there? Probably just slide on in here. Boom. You want to have your little rat hole base, a little small, maybe one to a few people in here. Does have a little bit of crystal to gather, but it's a relatively hidden little rat hole base. Other than that, there's not too much special about it. Obviously, they have access to water, but mainly it's just because it's in such an inconspicuous spot. I really like it in here. I've never really been much for a rat hole base player, so I don't really build in these places too much, but I just thought this one was really cool. Just because of the fact that it is pretty well hidden for the most part. Like, you really have to actually come down here and look to even begin to see that. But let's go ahead and head off to the next location, because this one honestly, like I said, this doesn't really have a whole lot else to offer. Obviously, the desert, and there is a mountain range right there. But good luck trying to get an Anki to walk all the way up from here to there without having a couple issues. So we're going to go ahead and go to the next location. Alrighty, next up on the list. So I don't know how many of you have noticed yet, but I like caves. I do like my cave bases quite a bit. Now, right here, we have a very common, very close to water, and obviously access to fairly deep water pretty quickly. But this base is not the one that's under the sea, it's right above it. So here at 6262, see here on the map again, you go right here in these little trees. Oh, and there's a cave. Now, obviously, you can tell got some onyx in here. Don't worry. This is not a base you're going to have an issue with. There's no artifact or anything here that I know of. And I've searched it pretty thoroughly, so. But, if you look around, there are a couple of megalosauruses in here. So just keep that in mind if you want to try and come in here and tame it up. But all these onyx stuff, just clear them out a little bit, a little general house cleaning. Got a Megalani who's biting off a little bit more than you can chew. But you can see here, it doesn't have a whole lot for resources, but this is a really nice, naturally lit cave base. Now, I really like it just because it has like the nice fire-looking crystals in it. Very nice, pleasing for me for sure. I love it. I love these little mushrooms. But other than that, this base is just a really nice little hidey hole with a fairly decent amount of space in there. You could fit quite a bit. I mean, it's just hidden inside this little mountain right here. It's nothing crazy, but it is definitely one of my favorite locations because of that. I always love the little fire crystals inside. What can I say? I like pretty shiny things. Can't help it. So, our next base location, just want to go ahead and forewarn you all. It is another cave. Alright, I know y'all probably getting sick and tired of getting to the caves, but don't worry. I've saved the best for last. But for right now, let's go ahead and go to that fourth location. Alright, here we are at the next location. We're going to be at 3938 for this one. Go ahead and show you right here on my little mini map. So we are right on the border of the snow biome, which, depends on who you are. You might like it, might not. It does have plenty of cliffs and stuff, lots of mountain ranges. It does have a nice, decent forest. Keep in mind, though, that you're going to have the occasional rather large neighbor who comes through. There are plenty of Rexes here. Ooh, that's pretty colors. Sorry, shiny. There are good populations of RGs, Connos, Raptors. So keep in mind you probably will have them every now and then drop down to this little lower area. But let's go ahead and drop down into the base itself. If you come down here, there's this little tiny opening. And if you come in, boom. Once again, natural lighting. I love it. It does have some nice metal deposits in here. So if you want to maybe just build this first room, block that off. So it's a nice little hidey hole. Well, maybe not so much as a hidey hole, but you get what I'm saying. It is a very nice little base. Definitely good for especially beginner builders. It's got a decent amount. You don't have to worry about too much about a Rex or anything coming in, as long as you block off at least part of the entrance. Or just do what I usually do for PvE bases, and I just put up like 4 turrets right at the entrance. You ain't getting in here. It's just not happening. Except for this little guy right here, you can just sneak his way in. But for the most part, not a bad little base. I really like it. Now, I did say I saved the best one for last. So I hope y'all don't mind getting a little bit wet when we go to this next one. Alright, go and get those snorkels on, guys. Because we're going to be diving in here at 4118. Alright, go ahead and see right here on the map. Kind of parked in this little tiny bridge where it starts to kind of go more inland with the ocean. Alright, so all we're going to do is while you were facing this little area, this one's a little bit of a difficult situation to get into, so bear with me. Alright, so all you're going to do is go straight down, Gonna go all the way down into here. Ooh, there we go. And you see this little cave opening right here. So look for this little thing of seaweed. I know it's gonna be a little bit of a pain to find. This little outing just jutting out. What we're gonna do is we're just gonna go in here. We're gonna go up, and here we are. Look at that. Nice, easily defendable, good, just underwater cave base. I love these types of bases just because they are easy to defend even in PvP. Now put up some turrets, stuff like that. It's not going to be all that bad. Obviously, you know, you can put up the little death walls. I personally don't really like them just because I've never really, I've just never really had that much success with them. It is a decent little area to build in. Nothing crazy, like I said. You do have some pearls down here. It looks like black pearls. Yep. So it is a good location. Has obviously the little crystals, the black pearls. You all know after you start building somewhere, though, these resources will more than likely not respawn. So keep that in mind. And the fact that it is pretty well hidden. It's a pain to kind of get in here. Definitely a very nice cave base though for the underwater worlds. But anyway, guys, I hope this video helps you out with finding a good base location. Really wish I could have been able to put some more on there because there are a lot of really nice locations on this map. Maybe I'll do another one later on. I don't know. That all depends on you guys. But for the most part, lots of potential out there. So go ahead and get out there, get your base set up. And if you want to, I a lot of times play on the dreaded Castaway server. If anyone's interested, I'll put a link to their Discord in the comments below. But it's a nice little friendly community, good for gaming. You know, we all have our laughs and everything. So I hope this video finds y'all well. Hope y'all enjoyed the new year. I hope y'all enjoy it. And yeah, please like and subscribe if you can, and I will see y'all next time. Bye.